Hello out there. Okay, so we're ready for our second lesson. If you practiced all the things I showing you on the first lesson, we're going to add a few other parts of the drum set to those patterns. Okay, the first thing was just the slow 4/4, like for a ballad. Make a nice ballad tempo. Okay, now, as I see it, there are two different ways to play a ballad. Now, this depends on the tune that you're playing and the kind of groove that's being set out. Sometimes you'll hear more of a swinging style ballad, right? More like this. All right. Main thing what we want to do is always try to get a nice feeling, right? So that's a kind of a swing style ballad. Now, the other style is kind of just even, right? And I generally like using the cymbal for that. Like just for starters. All right, that gets a nice soft sound, and it keeps the thing flowing. It keeps it moving forward. Nothing worse than hearing a ballad that feels like it's just slowing down all the time. Okay, and I hear that a lot. So you want to make sure that when you play a ballad that you keep that kind of nice forward motion that's really important in a ballad. And I think it works best with the cymbal, especially for, say, the first 16 measures of the tune. Okay, now my left hand is, as you notice, is sweeping all the quarter notes. Now there's an abbreviated version of that I use. It's like this. Now that's an option. Sometimes I find that works good if it's really quiet and there's a vocalist, or a really kind of soft, pretty section of a tune that you want to just get a nice, soft, easy feel. That works well. Now, what I might do is just to have a little contrast in a ballad, I'll switch to the snare drum, say for the bridge, right? So we'll start this way. Switch to the snare drum and play the bridge this way. Back to the cymbal. Okay, that's kind of how I like to approach a ballad. I like to show some contrast between the bridge and the start of the tune. Now, as you probably know, usually in jazz, soloists like to play a little bit of a double time feel, like when they start soloing, right? Now, one of the things I never do, or I try not to do, is double up my hi-hat. Like, for instance, a ballad tempo was this way. I never do this. can't say never, but I don't like doing that, and because I think it ruins the feeling of a ballad. The ballad is a ballad, and for me, it should stay a ballad, even if you play double time. So what I developed is this. Now we're going to go into double time and stuff like this. Easy to go back to your ballad. You never lose the ballad feel, even though you're playing double time. Okay, I think that's really important, and I think it really sounds good because ballads are easy to fall into a hole, and there's nothing worse than a ballad that's like putting you to sleep and not moving. Ballads have a pocket, and you need to find the place that makes the ballad work and makes it have a nice feeling to it. Okay. Cats will always want to play the double time, and if not, then just stay in your ballad feel, right? But even at the end of a phrase, you might want to play a little double time lick. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3. Back, playing your ballad. I find it easy to go in and out, and you're always maintaining the ballad feel. Usually, bass players start walking in 4, and I might have to talk to them after the set to tell them about that, right? Only on the rarest of occasions, it really feels like the soloist is going there, and that's the only place it can go is that walking thing. Okay, you can't rule anything out, but sometimes that, it wants to walk, pick up your sticks and walk, On a recording I did with Bill Evans and Stan Getz, there's one tune, Loverman, and we went into a walking thing, because that's kind of what was happening. The groove was there, and it just evolved into that, all right? Mind you, when it came time for Bill's solo, right? He rebelled against that. He didn't want any part of that. And he kind of yelled at us, play a ballad. If you listen to that recording, But Beautiful, on Loverman, you'll hear Bill yell at Eddie and I, play a ballad. Okay? Because we started doing this walking double time thing, right? So it can work sometimes. Stan was cool. Stan created this double time thing, so we started a walk at Loverman, which is like a slow 4 thing, and Eddie would play double time, and that worked. But when Bill came in, he was having no part of it. In fact, he asked us to lay out. We laid out, and you hear it on the recording. Okay, we laid out for the rest of the tune, and he took it out. Stan never came back in. That was the end of the track. That was it. Okay, so be careful picking up sticks and walking in 4 on a ballad, right? I love ballads. I love playing ballads, and they're beautiful, but you can't turn them into something else. Like, it's not a medium tempo tune or nothing like that. A ballad should stay a ballad, should be beautiful, all right? It's nice to have movement. It's nice to have the double time feel in the ballad. 9 out of 10 soloists are going to do that. You want to support that. And I found that this is a good way to support that and maintain the ballad feel. So you got 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double time. back to the ballad because you never left it. Okay? So going back and forth a double time to the ballad tempo is easy to keep together if you use this approach. Okay? So next time you're out there playing a ballad with some cats, and try that and see if it works. And if it works, well then you learn something. You'll try it again. Okay? I like using sometimes coming into after the solos. I might do something like this. Again, using my brushes, my rubber tip. That's why I like having the rubber. Okay, because you can use it as like mallets, right? And that works really good. It's a nice effect. And then of course, at the end of the tune, you've got the retard, it slows down, and that's always a cool effect. Again, with these kind of brushes, you're playing a ballad, you can if it gets to where you have to do some bashing, right? And the horn player gets really excited, gets really loud, and you want to support that. Well, then you got these brushes that'll work easily with crashing the cymbals and playing something like this. Back in the ballad. You never left it. Right? Okay. All right, so I hope you learned something. Those are things that I like to use, and I think they work well. So, take the information that I've just shown you and check it out, try it out, see if it works. And if it does, beautiful. If it doesn't, well, thanks for being here anyway. Appreciate it. All right, and we'll see you next time. All right, take care now. Bye-bye.